my name is Lily, in case you're new, and I just read Harry Potter for the first time. Basically what I did is I vlogged my experience reading Harry Potter. I've smashed all of those clips together and I'm gonna play them for you in a second. Basically what I knew about Harry Potter before reading this book. Yes, I'm reading the American version, so Sorcerer's Stone. Apparently they're different. I don't know how, I think they changed a few words, but I don't think it matters too much. The extent of my knowledge on Harry Potter before reading it was, I read this book when I was like 8 years old. I've watched the first two movies, Goblet of Fire and the first half of Order of the Phoenix. I have absolutely no idea what happens in any of the other books, pretty much. I think I've been spoiled for like 1 or 2 deaths. I don't know which books they happen in, and I don't know how and when and why, but whenever I think of Harry Potter, I literally just imagine the first 2 movies smashed together. Those are the ones I probably know the best. Everything else, I haven't seen any of the movies since I was like 10. I've just been completely disconnected from the Harry Potter franchise for like quite a long time. Spoilers if you haven't read the later books or if you haven't like seen the movies or anything, but literally all I know about Harry Potter is, okay, I know there's like a tournament with dragons. They go back in time at some point. Someone's secretly a shark. Someone's secretly a werewolf. There's a maze that eats somebody. There's a guy with like a googly eye. There's a thing called Patronuses, which I guess are ghost animals, and they like protect you, I think. I feel like that's my knowledge on Harry Potter. The first 2 books aren't going to be a surprise to me because I already know like what happens in them and the twists, and they're the 2 movies that I remember the best. I don't know how I've managed to avoid like spoilers for this series for so fucking long. Now that we're on the same page, you know what I know, cool. Let's get into what I thought about this first book. Harry Potter is that series that I feel like you can only really be a massive die-hard fan for if you grew up with it. You know, unfortunately for me, reading this series for the first time as essentially an adult, obviously it's not going to impact me the way it's impacted everyone else, everyone who grew up with the series. But yeah, that being said, I like the story, but it's not like my new favorite thing. It hasn't like changed my life, but it was a really sweet story and I really liked it, okay? So what did I think of it? I think it's a really sweet story. It's so cute. The kids are so cute. They're so brave and courageous. They always stand up for the right thing. And I think their curiosity and persistence in uncovering information about matters that don't concern them at all was quite endearing. They are very fucking naive. These little 11-year-old kids think they are going to defeat all these really powerful, experienced dark wizards and like protect this super precious stone. Bitch, you've been at magic school for like 1 year. Sit the fuck down. It's so funny, like they're so naive. At the end of the day, they're just like typical kids. They think they know everything, they think they're indestructible, and they make mistakes. One thing I will say about reading this and not being the target audience, which is children, the writing did feel very juvenile. I think it does hinder the reading experience for adults. I mean, obviously if this is like your childhood favorite, it's not gonna matter to you, but like if you're reading it for the first time as an adult, you're gonna be like, whoa. Oftentimes it did feel like I was being told a story, not being shown a story, if that makes sense. What do you expect? It's a book for kids. Like obviously it's gonna be written with a younger audience in mind. I loved learning about the world so damn much. It was like my favorite part about reading Harry Potter. All I want is to just keep learning about the world, the wizarding world. It's so interesting to me. Also, I really liked all the characters. Characters had really distinct personalities. All the side characters really held their own. Every character, even the side characters, are complex, and I really like that. There's no two-dimensional, boring ass background characters. J.K. Rowling really put in the effort to make sure that everyone is there with a purpose. I really like this book's focus on like bravery and standing up for yourself, facing your fears. I think it's a really good message, especially for younger readers. I feel like the book went really quickly. I think since there was just so much world building and backstory, by the time we actually ended up at Hogwarts, I was already like halfway through the book. And also I feel like once we got to Hogwarts, everything just flew by plot-wise. One thing I do want to point out is this whole like thing about Slytherin. I don't know if I'm just like speaking too soon because I obviously haven't read the other books and I don't know what happens, but I'm here to give you my perspective on reading it for the first time with no knowledge about the later books. So this is what I'm thinking right now. There is no doubt in my mind that Slytherin is 100% set up to be the evil house. Like, come on. There's almost no redeeming qualities to Slytherin at all mentioned in the first book. I don't know if J.K. Rowling decided to change her mind and like make Slytherin, it's actually not that bad, everyone. Slytherin's actually not even that bad. Just because like the franchise really blew up and people were like, you know what I mean? No one wanted to be a Slytherin, and like, I feel like later on, they've definitely tried to make it all like, no, Slytherin's actually cool, everyone. Like, Slytherin was just obviously set up to be the evil house. Every teacher, Snape, the head of Slytherin, there's nothing nice about Snape. Malfoy, Harry's like little enemy, is in Slytherin. The Quidditch team from Slytherin are like cheaters, they don't play fair, they're like really nasty. Their fucking mascot is a damn snake. Like, what do you think? There's an actual quote that says, there wasn't a witch or wizard who went bad who wasn't in Slytherin. Everything about Slytherin just screams antagonist. There were a lot of like, what the fuck moments during this book. The whole like house point system is just so fucking all over the place, honestly. These kids go out of their way to take down this troll. Hermione loses 5 points for putting their lives in danger. Later on in the book, they're literally just out of bed, caught being out of bed, and they lose 50 fucking points each. What? 5 points from Gryffindor for trying to kill a troll and like putting their lives in actual danger and blah, blah, blah. And then 50 fucking points each. 150 points from Gryffindor for being out of bed at nighttime. What the actual fuck, first of all. Second of all, how? Explain! Also want to talk about Professor Mcgonagall for a sec. These first year students come up to her and they're like, the Philosopher's Stone is in danger. And she just dismisses them. I think if a bunch of first year students came up to me, basically telling me that like this thing that they should have absolutely no knowledge about and like is supposed to be super secretive and is being guarded by like 5 different professors at the school, they came up to me saying it's in danger, I'd be like, maybe I'll look into this. Even just a little bit, because first year students definitely shouldn't know about the stone. Nothing makes sense, okay? Apart from those like couple ridiculous aspects about this book, I do really think it's a cute story. I do really love how mature Harry is about going through the trapdoor. I know Hermione is like, oh no, think of how many points you'll lose Gryffindor, like we've already lost so many. He comes at it with this like, there are more important things at stake than just house points. He looks at the bigger picture and he just like throws caution to the wind and just does it, goes for it. It's just like so Gryffindor, you know what I mean? It was really cute. It was a really cute story. The scenes after the trapdoor were like really good, by the way. Had such a strong focus on like friendship and bravery. Overall, I really did like Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I did combine all of the footage that I took of me like actually reading the book in real time for you to watch. I did vlog my experience reading it, so I will play that for you now. Started reading Harry Potter. Okay, you know what? I just want to talk about that very first fucking chapter of Harry Potter. Dumbledore, Professor Mcgonagall, and Hagrid leave baby Harry on the Dursleys' doorstep. They just leave him on the doorstep. They don't knock on the door. They don't ring a bell. They literally just leave this bitch. They just leave this baby on the ground. Who does that? They didn't even like put a protective spell over him or anything like that. It was literally just like, you're on your own now, boy who lived. Boy who's probably not going to live. The Dursleys are just terrible. Like, I don't think there's a single redeeming quality about them. I don't understand how anybody could treat a child like that. They're in Diagon Alley right now buying all of Harry's school books for the first time. The whole concept of the wizarding world is so interesting. I think I really like learning about all of the different type of shit that wizards have. My favorite part so far is definitely learning about the wizarding world, how everything works. Snape is so annoying. Harry goes into his potions class. Snape just hates him for no reason, like right off the bat. Like, I know that there's like some kind of grudge between him and his parents or whatever, but like really to that extent, Snape just starts grilling him on all these like magic questions that Harry clearly doesn't know the answer to. Oh, Harry Potter, think you're so famous, think you're so good. Oh yeah, well, what's the square root of a fucking cauldron? Like, how many magicians does it take to change a light bulb? And Harry's like, oh, I don't know. And he's just like, clearly fame isn't everything. It's like this Harry Potter kid literally just rocked up at this magic school, has no idea what the fuck is going on. Clearly he's not all up himself thinking like, I'm the greatest fucking wizard that ever lived. Snape is so salty for no reason. It's like Snape thinks that Harry's like really cocky and arrogant, thinks he's really up himself because he's so famous, and Snape just keeps making it about his fame. I don't know where this is coming from, but Harry is like not arrogant at all about his fame. Like, he grew up in a Muggle family, he doesn't know shit. Okay, Neville fucks up his thing, and then Snape turns to Harry and is like, Potter, this is your fault. Why didn't you tell him not to add the quills? Thought it'd make you look good if he got it wrong, did you? It's not Harry's job to tell Neville what to do. Like, they're not even in the same group. That's another point you've lost from Gryffindor. Like, what the fuck are you on, bitch? He's so salty. Harry actually does get a lot of special treatment at Hogwarts. See, it's funny because it's like he's either being treated like super unfair by like Snape or whatever, or he's getting like special treatment from Professor Mcgonagall or whatever. When he was like learning how to fly a broom, right? The teacher was like, oh, I'll be right back. If anyone flies their broom while I'm gone, like, you'll be expelled, blah, blah, blah. Harry like breaks the rules, flies on the broom anyway. A teacher catches him, and instead of getting in trouble for it, they like give him a free awesome broomstick, and he becomes like the youngest ever seeker on a Quidditch team, and he's totally getting special treatment. You can't help but not give a fuck. You think about like how shit his life has been with the Dursleys. He's been treated like dirt underneath the Dursleys' feet for 11 years. It's kind of like, fuck, give him something, you know? J.K. Rowling is actually really good at setting the reader up to believe one thing and then completely blindsiding them and like completely catching them off guard. She does this over and over again, but it's done really well. It's like she did it with platform 9 3/4. Harry like gets to the platform. He can't find platform 9 3/4. He asks for help. The guy's like, what the fuck, that doesn't exist. Platform 9 3/4, like, this kid is cooked. You see how she sets you up to believe like, oh no, there's no such thing as platform 9 3/4. It's all a setup. It's a massive joke on Harry. And then like plot twist, you get there from like running into a fucking brick wall casually. She does it again with the sorting ceremony. By the way, Harry's freaking out about, oh no, I'm not prepared for it. Like, I don't know any spells. She sets you up to think that he's gonna have to do some kind of like test to prove himself and like be sorted into a house, and then it turns out, oh no, you just put a hat on your head, like, it's fine. And with the broomstick, where he's told not to fly and then he flies and he gets caught, and then you think he's about to get in like massive trouble, like get expelled or something. Turns out they make him like the youngest ever Gryffindor seeker, and then he gets like this free awesome broomstick. You know, it's just like stuff like that over and over again. I think it's really clever how she sets the reader up to believe one thing is about to happen and make you really worried for the main character, and then she just is like, nah. Okay, can we just talk about Malfoy for a second? This kid is so annoying. I don't understand why he has this obsession with like putting down Harry all the time and like shit talking the Weasleys. Constantly putting people down is not going to make you any better. I feel like Malfoy just walks around with the biggest chip on his shoulder. I think maybe he keeps putting down Harry because he feels threatened by him. Someone please explain to me why a bunch of 11-year-old children think they're going to carry a baby dragon underneath an invisibility cloak by themselves at midnight, out of bed, undetected, without making a noise, all through the school, up to the tallest tower at Hogwarts, to give this dragon to these men that are gonna fly in on broomsticks. Okay, almost gets killed by a troll, deliberately disobeys everyone, 5 points from Gryffindor. Caught out of bed, wandering around at nighttime, 150 points from Gryffindor. How the fuck? That's literally the most ridiculous thing I've ever. Their punishment for being out of bed at nighttime is to go into a dark forest, a dark forbidden forest that is out of bounds. So I'm pretty sure you'd get detention for going into this forest anyways, right? Because you're not allowed to go there. Yet their detention is to go into the dark forest. What the fuck? Their punishment is essentially to go into a place they're not allowed to go into for being in a place that they weren't allowed to be. But there's werewolves that can kill us. Their response, should have thought about that before you got in trouble. Literally everything about this detention is so stupid right now. They break up into two groups, right? They go into the forest with Hagrid and Fang, which is like his vicious dog or whatever. So one of the groups takes Fang and then the other group takes Hagrid. They're supposed to be tracking down where this like dead unicorn is. If you were going to be tracking down something that killed a unicorn, like, why would you bring first years with you? They even say like killing a unicorn, you've got to be like a really fucked up creature or like really evil to do that. Harry and Malfoy and Fang go off in a separate group together. Hagrid literally goes, don't worry, like, in the Forbidden Forest, like, you'll be fine as long as you've got either me or Fang with you. You'll be safe, it's fine. And then they run into this hooded figure that's like drinking the unicorn blood. Fang just fucking runs away. As soon as they encounter actual danger, like, Fang just fucking bolts. Like, leaving Harry for dead. You'll be fine as long as you've got me or Fang. Fang doesn't give a fuck, bitch. Fang is all about self-preservation. Doesn't give a fuck about the boy who lived. Like, no, bitch, this is the Fang who lived. That, I will never not laugh at that. That is just so funny to me. I think the trapdoor sequence was really well done. It was really interesting. I really liked each like protective layer that was put in place by one of the professors that they had to get through. It was like a little test. I don't think they put this in the movie. Maybe my memory's just really bad, but the scene with the potions and how Hermione had to figure out that riddle to figure out which potion was safe to drink. It was strange. The key scene, I swear to God, I thought the keys like chased Harry and tried to kill him. You know, I thought it was like he had to capture the right one, but he was also being attacked by keys at the same time. So yeah, the key scene was not as good as what I was expecting in that regard, because I thought the keys were about to start trying to kill him when Ron sacrificed himself in the chess game so that they could keep going. This kid is so cute. These kids are so fucking cute and so brave. In the book, like some stone sculptor just smacks this bitch across the face and like he falls to the ground. And I swear in the movie they just like he like sits on the statue and then they just like smash the statue and the statue crumbles and like Ron falls down. But in the book they just smack this bitch. It's fucked. Okay, so I know I have already seen the movie, so I did already know the whole plot twist with Quirrell, but I will say it was done so fucking well in the book. The way Quirrell's character is set up in the book really does make it so unexpected when it's revealed that it's him. He's like the absolute last guy you would expect. I think if I didn't already know, I would be like really shocked. I think it was a really good ending. So that's basically it for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I hope you found it interesting to see what I thought of it. My next video will be sorting myself into a Hogwarts house if you want to see what I would be in. So I know a lot of people have requested that I do that, so you'll see that soon. I'm gonna keep making these kind of videos for the entirety of the series. So if you want to follow along with my journey of reading Harry Potter for the first time, then subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Have a lovely day. Bye.